I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm trying to make it better. But I'm only human. Some days it's hard to move on, so I keep fighting every day. I don't blame myself for my mistakes. I'm only human. I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm trying to make it better. But I'm only human. Some days it's hard to move on. I'm only human.
Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're getting the Armour Salmon beet puller out of the shed. I'm getting to pull the first bit of beet, so I'm kind of skipping forward here at the minute. You might be able to see on the video that I've got a load of beet behind me, so I'm just going to bring this down to the weigh bridge and get it weighed, because for once we're actually already selling a bit of beet right when we're pulling it. So that is what's going on here at the minute. So I'll get down to the weigh bridge, get this weighed. I already got a tear weight earlier, so I know what I am empty, so I'll be able to know straight away what's on this load. But there's probably somewhere between 9.5 and 10 ton on it. But I'll try not make the road too mucky here. Conditions aren't perfect, but I've seen them worse. So we'll just take our time down to the weigh bridge here, and I'll probably pick the camera up either later on when I'm back, or maybe tomorrow or the next day. We'll just see what happens, but I'll put the camera down and I'll talk to you another day.
At night was born to find mythical, so mystical, think what you like. You could be the sword, the shield, defender of the people down below. You know I fall for love. You know I fall for love. You know I fall for love. Be kind to those around you, don't be merciless. Remember me, for my name is Perseus. Perseus.
So I'll just say this to the camera now before I forget. There was actually only 9 tonne on the load. I would have expected a little more, but I suppose it's not overly full here at the front or at the back, so could have got another half tonne on it easy enough, but that is interesting to know. So I'd say the max we're getting on a loading with the puller is probably only 8 tonne. Probably less than that if I'm being completely honest, but we will, when we're pulling the big field, I'll make sure to come down here and get a weight that's been loaded by the puller, because that's the accurate way to know what you're yielding, because this isn't accurate because it was loaded by the JCB, so you've got a good bit more into it and you can peak it up a lot higher, so you'd easily get another tonne in or tonne and a half. So I'll get back to the yard, and I don't know if I'm going to deliver this load this evening or what's the plan, so we'll just decide once I get back to the yard, but at least we know the weight of this anyway, so I can deliver it whenever I really want to, but put the camera down and talk to you another time. So I was half hoping to get a bit more footage for today's video before I had to go up, but it is now Friday the 31st of October, the day before this video is going up, so I may finish up this video or there'll be no video tomorrow. So I'm here in front of the Beet puller, the final product. She's all done now. So to get to this point, we got sandblasted by a mobile unit that came up from Kilkenny. The name has completely gone out of my head. The name of the people who came up to do the sandblasting was Brennan Blasting from County Kilkenny. They came up and they sandblasted, did a lovely job on it. You'd never get the job done as good as the sandblaster. And then I did all the painting myself, so I did the undercoat, the primer, put 2 layers of primer on it, and then I did the final green as well and the yellow on the side covers, and it looks pretty good if I do say so myself. We even got the stickers on it, so it's a real tidy job, and I'm very happy with how it looks, and my dad's quite happy and the bull's quite happy. So as long as it stays like this for another few years, I'll be well happy. I'll be absolutely heartbroken if it ends up outside over the winter, but I'm sure we'll find a shed to keep it in. So this is it up close. And another thing I want to do is, sometimes I kind of forget that maybe not everyone who watches the video is a farmer, or maybe they just don't have a background with the likes of Beet. So just for anyone who doesn't know, we'll have a quick run through how this Beet puller works. So on this little ram here on the drawbar, when that ram is extended, it pushes the drawbar and then that moves the rail out. So right now you can see it's kind of right behind the tractor wheel. So usually when it's in work mode, it'll be out kind of there, the middle of the rail. So the disc is to keep the rail steady in the ground. So you can kind of see here the disc isn't perfectly set up. It needs to be a little bit deeper to hold properly solid. It's only barely wore the paint off it. And then you've got what I call the row finders here. I don't know if that's the technical name for them, but that's what I'll call them. So they're connected to little sensors, and if they feel the beet pushing against, the rail can adjust itself to stay on the row, or try stay on the row. If you're driving really bad, they won't help, but if you're close enough to being on the row, they should do a lovely job of keeping you on the row. And then you have the belts which catch the tops. So we've got new belts on it now, and it's amazing the difference in them. That's how they should be, but sometimes they just get a little out of sync. But when it's running, usually they're all together, and that holds the tops and pulls the tops, and the beet is on the bottom side of the belts. Before the end of the video, I'll go show you the old belts just to see the difference in it, because it is unreal how wore down the other ones were. And we were contemplating not putting new belts on it, but it's definitely a good job. And then this little thing here is your depth gauge. So when you're looking at it from the cab, you'd be kind of looking at it this way. So you can see the piece of tape on it is roughly where we were running it at. So you just kind of line it up from where you are in the cab. So the beet is carried by the tops up the belt, up to the top. And this guard's kind of in the way to show you now, but then the tops continue being pulled up on the belt. The tops are held coming through here, and these are the crowning discs. So they can be adjusted up and down depending on the variety, usually of the beet. Because if you're working with varieties that are out of the ground, which is what we are, you're going to want to change your crowning disc compared to the likes of Magnum, which is in the ground. So your rail's at a different height when it's coming up. So they're the crowning discs. They cut the tops, and the beet falls down into here, into the first carousel, which spins it that way. And the tops continue up the rail and hopefully fly out onto the top slide, which is here. So we're having a little bit of trouble with this the last day. So we've done a few repairs on it. I might actually show you. So we've completely changed the system right here. So this was all square before, but we're after putting a round bar into the center of it, so you can adjust the pitch this way on the slide. So with this screw here, you can undo this and move this up and down, which if you move this end up, that's going to make it go steeper, and if you move it down, it's going to make it more mellow. So that is what we've changed there. We put a little extension on the bottom here because it had gone a little shook, but other than that, it was working fairly well. So hopefully the next day we're out, we'll see the top slide working properly, because we got so sick of it we just took it off the other day. But anyway, the beet falls down there behind the crowning discs around the first carousel, which pulls them this way. Then it comes on to the second carousel, which pulls them around this way and up into the, what's the technical name for it? It doesn't matter too much. Goes up that belt or conveyor, whatever you want to call it, and is carried up to the top and flicked up into the bin. And then that's basically it. It sits in the bin. Once the bin is full, you empty it. But we had a bit of trouble the other day, and as you can see, the bull loves getting hit in the back of the head by a few beet. So we were messing with the speed of this conveyor here, and it was firing it that fast, it was going over the top of the bin. So they are adjusted back here on the two of these. One of these is for the carousels and one of them's for the rails. So you can really fine tune the whole machine to get it to work for the beet you're pulling and the tractor you have it on, because some tractors will pull slightly quicker, they might have a different oil flow, everything kind of changes. So it really doesn't matter what tractor you're pulling with, you can make it work, because there's so much changes you can do to it. But that is pretty much it from the beet puller. There will be some more videos of it pulling this year. We do have a good bit of beet left to come out. There's probably the bones of maybe 400 ton, 300 ton. So that is the story. But if you have any questions about anything in today's video, feel free to leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you. But I'm fairly sure that's it from the beet puller. So if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. There'll be another video up next Saturday. It might be opening the silage pit, it might be sowing winter barley, I'm not too sure yet. It'll be one of the two, I'd say. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed. But I think that'll do it for me today because I've talked enough by the looks of things. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.